Hi everybody, my name is Victoria and this video is gonna be a little different. I mean, I guess that doesn't really make sense because a lot of my videos are very different, but this one specifically is more just me kind of sharing an experience with you. Now, as you can tell from the title, I'm just going to be talking about Connor Franta's book tour experience. What's it called? So it was the Connor Franta Note to Self installation book tour / interview kind of thing. Now, I went to the Vancouver show, which is the very first show, so I had absolutely zero spoilers. I had absolutely no idea what to expect. I had no idea what I was going into. And that's also kind of why I made this video after the tour is over. The tour actually just finished, so I'm making it now because I didn't want to spoil anything for you guys. Anybody who may stumble upon this video that it could have been spoiled for. But I'm talking about it now, and I'm just gonna kind of go through the experience. This is for people who went to the tour and want to see, kind of compare it to how it was to theirs. Or it can be for people who went to the same one that I went to and, you know, share experiences. Or it's for people that didn't get a chance to go to the tour and kind of want to know what it was like. So first I'm going to talk about the book a little bit. It's called Note to Self by Connor Franta, obviously. I'm not even sure how to kind of put it into words without like going on a 30-minute rant about it, but seems very cliche to say, but it's very inspiring. It is very uplifting. He really opens up a lot in this book, which if you are somebody that, you know, has struggled with a lot of the things that he also struggled with, it's really inspiring and, like I said, uplifting and all that. There's lots of cute poems, there's lots of cute pictures, there's lots of stories, all that kinds of stuff. Now moving on to the actual experience, what I really liked about this tour is it was so calm and everybody was just peaceful, nobody was really rushing anywhere, everything was just so chill. His tour manager was awesome. She was so nice, she was so great, she organized everything so beautifully, and she was just an adorable person and I loved her. And so she just you know, called people up, checked them in, we got our wristbands, we got our lanyards, we got everything, and then they sent us into the lobby area where you can stand in line and buy the merch, and then they call people according to their times to go line up for the installation, and then we go into the installation. Now I think because our show, it was the first show, so I think that's why things were kind of running a little late and a lot of people didn't see the installation until after the Q&A. But even though they saw it after, they still were able to see it and they were still able to do the entire experience. It was just in a different order than they expected. It's obviously understandable that they were running behind on some things, but the Q&A was on time, the meet and greet was on time, the installation wasn't rushed at all, the meet and greet wasn't rushed at all, and it just kind of, it flowed really nicely. So walking into the installation, you walk into the trailer, or the truck or whatever it was, and you walk into the first room. I'm not gonna try to explain what these rooms are. I have pictures and I have a couple videos that I'm gonna put in here. Not even pictures and videos are gonna be able to showcase how great it was and how good of an experience was, so I'm not even gonna try talking about it. I'm gonna put in some pictures, I'm gonna put in some videos, and then you can kind of see for yourself what it was like. So we walked into the first installation and it looked a little bit like this.
I find myself experiencing that feeling right now.
Once that one was done, we walked in through a door into another room, and it kind of went from pink and really happy to really dark all of a sudden. Here's a couple pictures and some videos from that. And then from there we walked into the third and final installation, and again it was bright, and this is what that one looked like.
If you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would those 3 words be? Stop. And proud to be.
Now I'm sure people took full videos of the entire tour. You can probably look it up anywhere on YouTube if you really want to see the full thing. I didn't record the full thing because I did want to enjoy some of it. The pictures that I actually put in that I showed you are actually my best friend's pictures. She took some awesome ones, she edited them, and I think they look absolutely amazing, so I asked her if I could use them for this video. But yeah, she took really good pictures because my pictures weren't as great, so I used hers. Credit to my best friend. I'll put her links in the description And the second installation was probably my favorite of the three because it kind of represented the part in the book that meant the most to me and really hit me the hardest. So that room, being in there and hearing his voice, and it was just, like I said, I can't put it into words, but yeah, the second room was definitely my favorite. After the installation, we came back and sat in the lobby for a little bit and waited for other people to go through. They let us go into the actual venue where the Q&A was going to be. So we walked into the venue. We ended up getting incredible seats. We were second row at like pretty much the very center. We were directly in front of Connor. Here's a picture. And the Q&A was really fun. It was really comfortable. His manager, who I said was awesome, she was the one interviewing him. He was adorable. He was dressed really nicely. He had a really good outfit. He looked really good. He interacted with the audience. It was just really comfortable and really, it felt very close. It was very intimate and I just really enjoyed it. I could have sat there for hours. And I took a couple clips, or I took a couple pictures and videos from that, so here's a little bit from that.
Words. A place.
It was incredible.
It's really
We could probably sit here and talk about Harry Potter like all night.
Oh, I could. One of the highlights from last week was the fact that I got to Harry Potter. Sorry, anyone who was in the last tour. But Harry Potter.
I just rewatched all of the movies.
Really? I haven't seen them in a while.
And I would not
Is anyone like Harry Potter? Oh, that's sad. You should change that. The movies aren't as great as the books, though.
Sure. I really what I wanted was to reread all of the books, but I was like, I don't have them with me anymore, and also that would take so long. So
Yeah, I would do ebook because they're kind of big.
yeah. For sure.
I got hurt. I didn't even try to hide it.
You did a wide mouth burp. You did.
Don't tell me that after it happened. I can't take it back.
Who's stripping that?
As if someone just said something, God, I'm just hearing voices. Speak up.
I have a question from Will.
Oh, there you are.
And Will asks, what do you think makes it?
So after the Q&A was done, they set up for the meet and greet, and they kind of just took us, because the VIPs were the first, I think, 3 rows, and so they just took the rows one at a time up, and it was really, really well organized. The meet and greet was just down on the stage. They put up the curtain, and then he was behind it, and so we all just lined up on the side of the stage by row. It flowed really, really well. And then actually meeting him again was incredible. It was actually almost 3 years. June 19th, 2014, when they were on the O12 tour, I met him for the first time, and then I got to meet him again 3 years later, which was absolutely incredible because through those 3 years, obviously he left O12, he came out. He went through so much in those 3 years, and to meet him before all that happened and then after, and you know, now all of a sudden he's like doing all these big things, and I'm so incredibly proud of everything that he's done. Like, he's worked so hard to accomplish so much, and I'm just so proud of him. That first of all felt amazing. So when I met him, I had something that I really wanted to say to him. I had it in my head. I was like, I need to say this to him. As long as I say this, then I'm fine. Everything is gonna be okay. And the beautiful part is I kind of stumbled. I forgot my words a little bit at the beginning, but I was not rushed at all, and I talked to him for a little bit longer than everybody else. I think I was like over a minute, and everybody else was around like 30 to 45 seconds. So I walked up to him and he says, "Oh my god, I love your shirt." I said thank you, and then I looked at him and I completely blanked. I forgot what I was gonna say. Like, everything that I had just been rehearsing in my head over and over again just completely left my mind for a couple seconds, and I was like, oh god, I forgot what I was gonna say. And he was just the sweetest human. He was like, he looked at me, he's like, it's okay, you're okay, you're okay. And I was like, I am okay, thank you. And so I told him the gist of what I wanted to tell him. I'm not gonna go into detail on camera, but I told him what I wanted to tell him. And afterwards, Sunny hugged me again, and he said, I'm glad I could relate to you in some way, putting out the book and everything. And that part, I actually got some audio. I mean, my phone was in my back pocket, so I didn't get very much audio because I was kind of talking quietly because I didn't really want other people to hear. But when he was actually hugging me and talking into my ear, you could kind of hear it, so I'll put those parts in. So then we like unhugged, and I said, so thank you for sharing that part of your life with us. And I truly meant that, because if you've read the book, you would know that it really does show how much courage that it took for him to actually share that with us, and I truly do, from the bottom of my heart, thank him for it. And I'm so, so grateful that he did. And I could tell it meant a lot to him, because when I said that, like, it was one of those things where you could just see it in his face and in his body language that it really kind of just hit him right in the heart, and it really meant a lot to him. So then we take the picture, and then he turns to me and he says, I'm glad I could help. It'll get better, don't worry.
I'm glad that I could help relate to someone. Okay, great. No, I will, yeah, we're gonna, because I'm gonna play list of songs, and literally gonna be, that's gonna be my reading material, so we're gonna see about this. No, definitely. It'll get better, don't worry. No, it was good.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to say about that. Like, it meant a lot. It meant a lot to me. I was almost about to cry, and he did the thing where he went, it's okay, and then I was like, you're right, it is okay, God bless. So yeah, and then after the meet and greet, that's when we got our posters. We didn't get our journals because of customs and coming into Canada and everything. They got like stuck at customs. It took so long for them to just kind of go through, and they had to take everybody's address so that they could mail them to everyone. And it took so long, and I felt so bad for the lady that was doing it. They still went through all the effort to make sure they got everyone's address so that they could mail it to them, which is awesome, and I appreciate that. I mean, like, things happen. It wasn't their fault, obviously, so they did the best they could, and they handled it very well. It was such a different experience. I'd never experienced it before, and it was awesome. And if you went to it, I hope you had the same experience that I did. I hope it was everything you hoped for and more. I know Connor's never gonna watch this, but I just want to thank him for everything. I mean, I already did, but just thank you for putting this part of your life out to the world, and for this whole tour. Thank you to his team for being absolutely incredible. His team was awesome. They put together such an incredible little experience. But yeah, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. I'll be back to hopefully more skits and stuff and other types of videos like that I usually do on this channel. So if you do want to see more of those, or if you want to see my videos, then you can subscribe to me. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, Instagram, all my links will be in the description, and I will see you in the next video.